Okay, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. Today is the evening of Monday, January 4th, 2021. I am looking at one of my favorite data muses website. This is Julia Selke. Julia Selke's emphasis is on modeling and predictions. She does do some data analysis, data visualization, but she's not really much of a data wrangler as someone like David Robinson is. But I would say, like I say, Julia Selke and David Robinson are really my two main data muses. I always look to their screencast for inspiration, okay? Today she's doing a report on Chicago traffic accidents, okay? Let's take a look here and see what's going on with her. And so the first thing she noted when she started plotting injuries was sometime back here in January 20, when the COVID-19 began. There was this huge drop in accidents. Not necessarily a really big drop in injury, okay? But you notice here, there's this huge drop in accidents. Then it almost immediately climbed back up. Over the next 6 months, it climbed back up. Then it dropped back down a little bit. So I'm going to pause the video right here. I want to take a look at Chicago, Illinois and Chicago COVID-19 numbers to see what happened here from January on and where they currently are, okay? So let's minimize this. I'm using some existing code. Chicago's in Cook County. Okay. Let's update our data here. This is okay. So what we got? We can get rid of this starting. We don't need this. Let's just put this over here. And this is just the two sources, okay? All right, so that just does that for us. So we'll come down, we got We're going to pull two sets. Then we're going to pull the state level data. Then we're going to pull the county level data. As it says above, Chicago's in Cook County. Okay. Let's just load our libraries right to bat here. Load one set of data. So what we see here is that currently Chicago is Illinois is averaging 2,846 cases a day and about 53 deaths on average. Let's take a look at Cook County here. Let's do this. Let's do the same thing up here just to make sure we keep it nice and clean. So did this change anything here? No, it didn't. Okay, good. Let's run this second one again and see what happens. It must be doesn't have anything. Could it just be Cook? Okay, good. So it's, at least in Illinois, they're only using the, they're not including the actual. So technically, of course, the name of the county is Cook. It's not, the name is not Cook County, it's Cook. So now you can see in Cook County, wow, look at this. It looks like almost, goodness gracious, 75%, Cook County accounts for 75% of the cases, 55% of the deaths on average. Okay, so let's come back up here now. Take a look here. So the first case was on 130. And this one's probably deaths. First death was until 317. Okay. 14-day moving average. Now let's do a plot of daily cases and daily deaths, or new cases and new deaths. These are for the state, I do believe. Okay, so this first part is all state level data, okay? Take a look at this. Okay. So this is the numbers for Illinois. Okay? On average, they spiked at about, say, 10,000. Okay? 15,000. But now, since about, if I do this, Okay. You see a spike. This is no. So this is maybe middle of December or late November. So you see that he had a spike back here. Now, since this time, the cases have been going down on a daily basis. Take a look at deaths. You get a spike back in April, May, decline. Then about October, he started climbing again, up to over 125 for a day. Now these dropped back down to 100. So what we got here now. Okay, we're just zooming into June now. You can see again the decline here and the decline here, okay? What about weekly and monthly cases? Okay, well, this is good news. You can see the cases have been declining since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. So that would be back about mid-November, I would guess. Decline. Now, what's interesting is we're missing two numbers. I find it very hard to believe that they've had, no deaths during this period right here. But you can still see the climb up here. Okay? Let's take a look at some monthly numbers. Of course, the monthly numbers are going to be off because, well, we're missing some data. So you can see the good news is December's deaths were less than November's. It's still the second most cases so far. December's cases were the most so far, over 5,000 cases in December. Now let's take a look at Cook County. I'm not sure what that was there. But now what we're interested in is just the numbers for Cook County, okay? If the So you can see CA is what? Okay. Now it's interesting because the first case to be reported occurred over here. Okay. So there wasn't any. So I suppose we can say. So I guess there is a correlation between the drop in accidents and also the timing of the COVID-19 virus. Now here you can see this again. This is when the first spike was. And interestingly enough, if we come back over here, okay, back in April, went up into June, once again cases and deaths started to increase again. So maybe that June was when he started lifting the lockdown again. Okay, so that's just sort of an add-on report for Chicago and Cook County. Okay, Thanks so much for your time. I'll catch you on a later report.